Welcome, welcome again to. Oh fuck. Hold on. Yeah. Welcome again to VVR Classic Cup Round 4 at Singapore. We are back, and I think the audio is too loud. Hold on a second. And we are back once again for round 4 at Singapore. And yeah, here we go, the first one to get out on track. Let me just position my microphone here. Yeah, I think that's enough. First one on track is SVQ Start, making his return to VVR and Cynical Velocity. Just check some things here. Let's go on board with him. With the Renault of 2006, I feel like this is too loud. I'm gonna check it later. Yeah. Okay, this is round 4, and here we go. Little luck up there. It's gonna be pretty interesting to see what these guys can do after last week. Not last week, 2 weeks ago. These guys provided us an incredible race in Britain, round 3. Let's see what they can do here in Singapore. Predictions? I would say safety cars. A lot of safety cars. It's a decent lap by Costard. Let's see what this guy can do. I think I settled myself in. As he crosses the line, it's gonna be a 142 weight. Right behind him comes the spares, but he invalidated his lap. Lucas Aid is going back to the pits. Ooh, and that is good. And that is good. Finally, everything is normal. It was kind of a mess. Let me just settle myself here. Sergeant Milk, at the moment. Oh, invalidated. Oh, it was a 142.5, but it got invalidated. Unfortunately. Let's see, Pogu. He's gonna start his lap now. Let's keep our eye on him. Let's see if Sergeant Milk can do something and improve his time. I hope I don't get disconnected though. My connection is bad, but I hope it's not that bad today. Yeah, it shows here that his lap got invalidated. And one thing that's new today is the fact that we got a dashboard with all the information of what's going on in the track. So the next guy who's gonna cross the line is gonna be the spares. But he got his time invalidated. Seems like everybody's just really struggling to get their times done, and yeah, as you can see, it's a yellow flag. I don't know where, but here comes. Nah, it's to SV Costard is going to the pits now. Who's out on a lap? Is Sergeant Milk, P5, and yep, another guy who's invalidated his lap, unfortunately. I mean, everybody is invalidating the lap. Hold on a second. Yeah, now it's a lot better. People really struggling here to get their laps done on the track. Next across the line is gonna be Pogu, and yeah, he invalidated his lap as well. Oh no! Oh, you gotta be kidding me! Where was that? Bradford is out of the Grand Prix, and that was near the tunnel section. Oh my God! Bradford, the leader of the championship, is out of this Grand Prix, which means he's gonna start last unless someone gets disqualified. Yeah, wow. The Spurs is on a lap, and he's up on his time on the first two sectors. Let's see what he can do about it. Clipping the wall a little bit. Just hope that doesn't really changes his lap. That's gonna be pole position by the Spurs by almost 1 second, and right behind him comes Lucasade to start his lap. Yeah. 25 degrees here in Singapore. The track is 29, by the way. Yeah, Pogu at the moment. P3. Not really feeling the track, looks like. There's a yellow flag, I wonder where. Not anymore. Oh, and by the way, Bradford, he retired. Having both of his first sector and second sector purple, which means he'll probably get pole. That's a shame. And Pogu is gonna cross the line. That's not gonna be. Oh, yes. It's gonna be enough for pole. Getting the fastest last sector and pole by almost 1 second. Oh my God. I'm not really familiar with Sergeant Milk, so I don't really know what's his deal. Don't know if he's fast, if he's slow. And I'm about to find out in a couple of seconds. He's on his south lap. Yellow flag once again. Two cars here, Gorilla and Pogu. Lucasade is gonna cross the line and get a P3. That's a really decent lap by himself. And now it's Sergeant Milk who's gonna start his lap. So let's go on board with him, shall we? Let's see what he can do here in his first lap. In the VVR Classic Cup. Taking a really good line. Oh, he puts his car to neutral. Little mistake there. The car is really unsteady. Just a reminder, the Renault of 2006, of course. The Renault who won the championship with Alonso. They had traction control in the car, so if you turn traction control off, you still have it. Let's see what's his first sector gonna be. Yeah, it was a 28.6, not enough. He's not up on his time. Yes, I think he's not. Really is gonna cross the line. He's almost 1 second up on his time. That's gonna put him up into P2. Wow. Oh, and that's Lucasade going wide there. Wonder what happened with him. Yeah, back here with Sergeant Milk. I believe that's his name, though. Let's see what we can put on here. I mean, the first lap that he's gonna put out doesn't need to be like the fastest one. He can just be like, stay calm and go for it. Don't need to rush things. It's better to get a slow lap and get a lap than to have like like Bradford unfortunately had two first sectors. Oh, sorry, the first sector and the second one being the fastest. However, he's out. And Sergeant Milk, by the way, he's up into P5. I wonder what he can do to improve his time. Gorilla is up on his time by not a lot. Gotta be honest. Let's see what we can do. Ooh, almost an invalidation. And I wonder what's going on, because when the lap gets invalidated, it doesn't really show for me, and he's going back to the pits. Lucasade is on a lap, and he's up on his time. Sergeant Milk is on a lap as well. Hold on. Yeah, that's a lot better. And I don't really know if he's up on his time. Yeah, that was not the best line through there. The problem with being like alone, oh yeah, he's going back to the pits. The problem with being like a lonely commentator is that you don't have someone to stay there with you. Look at it, he's gonna complete his lap, and that's gonna be, oh my god, almost half a second up, and that's gonna put him up into P4. Oh wow. Seems like with Bradford out of the discussion here on qualifying, Pogu is gonna take, at least at the moment, he's gonna take pole. He's got a provisional pole, and 6 tenths behind him, almost 7 tenths, is Gorilla. And look at the time difference between everybody. Anything can happen. It's Singapore. Safety car can come out a billion times. Yep. SV Custard, it's weird not to call him Bonge. Really weird, just like the hell is going on? Okay, just a tip. Don't go too wide and reverse a lot. You know, because if you reverse, unfortunately, I don't know why the game disqualifies you, because the game says you're going on the wrong way. That's really stupid. Yes, it is, but yeah, it is what it is. And yeah, SV Custard now on his out lap. Really weird, just like when Pogu changed his name to, I mean, it was SV John and he changed to Pogu. Really weird, but yeah. And Custard, with the lines he take, looks like he really knows his place here. Two minutes to go. People on their out laps, going for their last lap. It's a really decent lap by Custard. 5 kilometers here on the Marina Bay circuit. The Marina Bay street circuit, the streets of Singapore. 7 cars, and don't underestimate this Grand Prix only because we have 7 cars. We had 6 cars in round 3, and it was an absolute banger. So don't count these people out. I really hope they can give us a show. You know, it's really interesting to see uh, how these guys drive in old cars. Because believe me, driving an F1 car nowadays and an F1 car from the past, these are two completely different things. Nonetheless, he's up on his time though, and that's gonna be P5. Only P5. He was up on his time by 1 second, but he can go again. Yeah, let's see who are on their laps. Pogu is on his lap. Kistar, I believe he's on his out lap. Or not. Let me just check it. Let's see if he's up on his time. Yeah, he's up on his time by 2/10. He'll probably get that P4 and take it from the spares. And Pogu clips the wall. Looking to get that pole position. I believe it will be really interesting to see what he can do in this championship. I mean, he's leading the championship on our main division in the VVR. I wonder what he can do here on the classic cars. I have here the standings of the championship, and the qualifying is basically over. Pogu is, apart from Sergeant Milk, who's up on his time, and Pogu, oh god, almost touching the wall. Apart from these two, everyone's qualifying is over. Is that gonna be an invalidation? I don't know. Pogu is on provisional pole. Can he? Yep, he's gonna invalidate his time, and he's gonna keep pole position unless Sergeant Milk do something about it. Pretty good lap time by Pogu. Pretty good performance. I wonder if that's an invalidation. I mean, is it? He's gonna cross the line, and he's gonna get P6. He was up on his time by 7/10, but yeah, regardless, he's not gonna keep that he's not gonna get P5. Fortunately, he invalidated his lap, so Pogu is gonna take P1, and he's gonna take pole position. Believe me, that's a great result for Pogu, because the guy who's leading the championship, Bradford, with 25 points, just retired from the session. He's gonna start last, and he who's got himself who's got 12 points, he's gonna start in P1. So yeah, the Scottish Pogu is gonna start in P1. Gorilla is gonna follow him. In third goes Lucasy. What a good performance by him. He's really improving as a driver. I can tell you that. The spares in P4, Custard in P5, P6 is Sergeant Milk, the Canadian, and unfortunately Bradford in P7, retiring on track. Oh, the Marina Bay Street Circuit. This is like a Monaco, but with a lot more speed. This just like Baku, is a really dangerous track. Like a guy named Palmer said once, you gotta be alert on the street circuit. Always be alert. So yeah, if there's one corner that there's like a snap of oversteer or understeer, that can cost you a front wing. That can completely ruin your race. Believe me, it can. It's gonna be interesting. This is gonna be really interesting. See what kind of information we have. Fuck. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah. That's exactly what happens. when I want to race. It's a shame, of course it is. But yeah, it is what it is. And spectate this race. Yeah, I'm still here. This is gonna be interesting. I mean, Pogu is in P1, but like I said before, anything can happen. Penalties can completely change what's going on in the race. Believe me, last week, oh, I keep saying last week, not last week, last round in this championship, last round Pogu, he was leading the Grand Prix actually, but he had a penalty, so that cost him the win, unfortunately. So we'll go to the formation lap. Yeah, everyone's on track. The hard part about commentating these races is everyone's on the same car. So which means I cannot say like, oh, when the Ferrari on the inside of the Mercedes, I can't say that because everyone's on a Renault. So what do I say? The Renault on the inside of the Renault. It's a Renault, aren't you? It's really hard, but yeah, we can deal with it. No rain at the moment, and I hope the rain comes during the race. Don't know if it's gonna happen though. Oh, and Gorilla and Lucas 8 already waiting on the pitch. Yeah, just moments away from the Marina Bay Street Circuit, the Singapore Grand Prix, round 4. Can Bradford retain his lead on the championship? Let me just do like a little rundown of the championship. Bradford is leading with 25 points. Merkboy is right behind him with 18, just like Gorilla in 3rd place. SV Costard is with 14 points in P4. In P5 it's Pogu with 12. In 6th is Alba with 6 points. In 7th, the Spurs with 5. Lucasade in 8th with 4. And Preppy Stream and S12 with no points. And if you don't know about the Classic Car Championship, we run points just like they did back then. P1 is gonna take home 10 places, following 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that's really interesting. The cars lining up. Like I always say, this is really tense. Not gonna lie. Can you give me a decent camera angle? Oh yes. Oh yes, the 5 lights are on in the Singapore Grand Prix. It's underway and the Spurs giving a drive-through penalty with a jump start. And Pogu is still with the provisional lead. No contact between no one yet. And Gorilla on the inside of Lucasade. Keep it a P3. Lucasade really right behind him. Is he gonna go for the move though? Yeah, the Spare is leading the Grand Prix, but he's got a drive-through penalty. Who's this? There's Lucasade on the outside of Gorilla. He's gonna take P3, but no, Gorilla's gonna cover the inside line. Now Lucas is gonna get the inside line, but oh, Gorilla's gonna break later, and he's gonna touch the wall. He's gonna lose his front wing. Try to outbreak Lucas. That cost him his front wing, and now he's now down to P6. And the Spurs gonna get overtaken by Pogu. Pogu keeps the lead now of the Grand Prix. The Spurs, unfortunately, he's got himself a drive-through penalty, a jump start. Oh, and Sergeant Milk under pressure, from SV Custard. Just a reminder, overtakes are not easy to do here on this Grand Prix. And as I say that, is Custard on the inside of Sergeant Milk. They bang wheels, they make contact, but Sergeant Milk is still in P4. Custard is really struggling to get past him. Singapore, I can tell you, it's really tough to overtake someone here. It's not easy. Back in VVR F2, I remember being behind Gorilla, yes, the guy in P6, and trying to overtake him, but that didn't really work. As we can see, the Spurs is now on the pits. He's not gonna go to the pits. He's gonna just serve his drive-through penalty, and Gorilla is gonna replace his front wing. But yeah, don't count him out yet, because just like in round 3, he made a brilliant comeback. Oh, I didn't catch that. Sergeant Milk going for the overtake. Oh no, sorry. They're really battling here, and they're gonna go side by side. Oh my god, that was almost a big accident. Oh ho ho, and Sergeant Milk really aggressive there, just like in 2018 on the Rio F1, really aggressive through that section, and both of them going side by side. Oh my god, and Custard is gonna take the position, and with the switch, Custard is gonna wait, he's gonna keep the P3. Oh my god. Oh my god, what a battle between these two. I mean, this is Singapore. We were not supposed to have that many overtakes and action going in the first 2 laps. And oh, and Custard goes really wide. Sergeant Milk really trying to, like, you know, looking to go down the inside. Sergeant Milk under pressure from Bradford. Is he gonna go on the inside? No, he's not. Remember, he started last. The Spurs and Gorilla went to the pits, and he's now up into P5. Oh, and Custard really struggling, going wide. And Sergeant Milk, like a copycat, doing the same thing. Oh my god, look at Sergeant Milk just, you know, getting that downforce. Going on the ground. Just a quick reminder, no DRS here. So, if you thought overtaking with DRS here was hard, wait and see what these guys can do. We know DRS. Pogyu, he's got the fastest lap at the moment, 31 laps in the Grand Prix. Looking to go down the inside, just hunting his split prey. Hope I don't start it too much here. The main thing for overtaking here is the slipstream. Yeah, Bradford needs to take advantage of that. It's really tough. What I said on qualifying, the worst thing that could happen. Oh my god, Custard goes into the walls. He made a big mistake, went into the walls. And did that cost him his front wing? I know that cost Sergeant Milk's exit. And oh my god, Bradford just looking to go down the inside, but I mean, the same thing happened with Leclerc, you know, it's a street circuit, and he started less. Oh my god, and Custard going wide. He's not really feeling his track. It's a 3-way battle for P3, and like I was saying, Leclerc in his home Grand Prix in real life, unfortunately getting knocked out in Q1, he had to go for silly moves to get back on points. And I believe Bradford, he's going through the same thing, and Sergeant Milk is gonna clip the walls, and everybody just losing their cars with Bradford keeping it on the track. Oh wow, wow, what a battle. I hope this is another banger. And Pogyu, he's gonna take another fastest lap. Sergeant Milk, he's gonna go, he's gonna cut that corner. That's gonna give Bradford encouragement. But looks like Sergeant Milk is running a lot less downforce because he's really fast. Sergeant Milk is really fast on a straight line. It's like Mercedes versus Ferrari. Yeah, it's gonna be really tough overtaking here with no straight line speed. Look at he's doing pretty well actually. P2. Pogyu leading by 5 seconds. Oh my god, oh Sergeant Milk really losing his car a lot here. And I find that to be funny because there's no way you can run with no traction control. Just listen to the sound of these cars. The good thing about commentating these old car races is the sound. And Costar's got himself a time penalty. Oh, and Bradford looking to go down the inside, just trying to overtake him. It's not easy. It's not easy. Sergeant Milk really defending for dear life. Yeah. Pogyu looks like he's gonna take another fastest lap now. And believe me, with Custard having a time penalty, that might compromise his podium, actually, because we're on the streets of Singapore. If you get another too much penalties and the safety car comes out, that can be crucial. As I say that, Pogyu takes the fastest lap and a time penalty. Well, he's 7 seconds in the lead, so that doesn't really matter. For now, anything can change. Everything can change. Oh, and Sergeant Milk. One more time, once again, banging the walls. It's Bradford's opportunity. I don't care what anybody says. With the slipstream, it's his time. Sergeant Milk clipping the walls once again. Bradford, is he gonna look to go around the outside? Oh my god, he hesitated. You can't hesitate here. He's gonna go around the outside. What a move. He's up into P4 and Sergeant Milk, he's gonna... Oh no, he's not gonna give up. And both of them are gonna collide. Both of them are gonna crash. And that was a little bit dirty by Sergeant Milk. I'm not gonna really judge him because he really tried to hold his position. I'm not gonna call him dirty, okay? I wasn't really going on board with him, so I can say too much. So I take that back. He tried to hold his position. Bradford got the position. He was around the outside, but you know, both of them. Hold on, both of them collided, and yeah, that cost Sergeant Milk's race and Bradford. Like I said, anything can change. Take a look at penalties now. So hold on a second. The gaps are pretty big, so it's time for talking. As Pogyu takes the fastest lap. Let me just take a look at my stream. If we have any... Hold on. Oh, yellow flag where? Oh, Sergeant Milk! Out of the Grand Prix! Oh my god. It's a yellow safety car and he completely destroyed his car in the last sector of the Grand Prix. It's a virtual safety car being deployed. And Sergeant Milk making his debut here on the Classic Cup out of the Grand Prix, and Bradford's got a time penalty. What the hell? A 3 second time penalty. The virtual safety car is out. So just a quick reminder to everyone. Oh yeah, the safety car is back. Quick reminder. Let's just go through the penalties. Pogyu, he's got a 3 second penalty. At least for now, he's got a 3 second penalty. Look at Zaid, this guy, he's got, you know how many penalties? None. Exactly. Look at Zaid in P2 with no penalties. This guy, I mean, that's what I'm saying. He's really good at what he does. You know, he's not the fastest. By far, he's not the fastest. But look at this. His racecraft is He's pretty good. He's got no penalties, at least for now. Custard and Bradford and the spares, the three of them got 3 seconds of penalties. So Gorilla, he's got no penalties as well. So I mean, that's kind of F2 last year in a nutshell, you know. The two guys, the constructors champions, both of them with no penalties. That basically shows you why they were champions. They really know how to stay clean and stay on track. Pogyu now with the fastest first fastest sector one. It's gonna be really interesting because, as you saw with Sergeant Milk, unfortunately anything can happen at any moment, which means any of these guys can crash at any moment. As I say that, any of them can crash. So you always gotta be alert on a street circuit, like a legend named Palmer once said. And yeah, don't really need to put the tires here. I don't really need to because only Gorilla went to the pits, but okay. Another fastest lap by Pogyu. With Bradford in P4. Custard, let me take a look. With Custard 17 seconds behind him. That's a really comfortable lead. So all he's gotta do is just keep himself on track and avoid penalties, and he's gonna bring home some 10 points, 10 valuable points. The funny thing is, the longer you go, the faster your car goes, you know. Because the longer you go, the less fuel your car have. Speaking of F2, actually, I can say back in F2 when I raced here in Singapore, I really enjoyed it. You know, it was one of my best races. You know, with all the big guys on track, getting a 2-1, second place on the feature race, and first on the sprint. Oh, a yellow flag! Oh, and that's Custard out of the Grand Prix. Custard is out of the Grand Prix, alone by himself. He crashed. Let's see where he crashed actually. Oh, look at the front wings everywhere. Oh God. Yep, he's out of the Grand Prix. And that's another guy, that's another contender for the top 3 out of the Grand Prix. And oh, that's a shame. That's really a shame. This is basically Survive Singapore. Everybody by themselves. That doesn't change the fact that we got people out of the Grand Prix and Bradford into the pits now. Yeah, I mean 9 laps in this Grand Prix, and pretty interesting, a lot of action. And Bradford is not going to the pits only because he wanna change his tires. Yeah, as you can see, he got himself a new front wing. Probably crashed somewhere, and with that result, that's gonna bring oh, by the way, Pogyu, he will probably take another fastest lap, just saying. That's gonna bring Lucas 8, he's up into P2, starting P3. Lucas 8 and P2, that's a great result. The spares trying to get redemption for the last race. He was once leading Grand Prix, believe it or not. And yeah, everything went wrong for him ever since the safety car came out. So there's that. By the way, any question? I mean, as I'm alone now, any question? Any questions? Just type it in the chat, and I'll happily reply to you. Closest gap here now is between Gorilla and the Spares. Let me see if anyone's got any front wing damage. Not at the moment. Looks like we're not gonna have any safety car for now, but things might change. Bradford's got himself a 3-second penalty. Oh wow. Oh dear. In P5 now. He's the one on track who's got the most penalties, 6 seconds worth of penalties. It's not been a really good night here for Bradford. Qualifying was, I would say, a disaster. Now here in the race, I don't know. He can make a comeback. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt him. But let's see what happens, because he's got himself the fastest sector 2. I don't know why I always stutter when I say these words. But anyways, let's go on board with him. Decent lap. The gap between himself and Gorilla is really closing. Maybe he can go for a big undercut. You know, I mean, a good strategy. If I was Bradford, okay, I would stay. I will hope for the safety car to come out, you know, so everybody pits. And if I was Bradford, I would stay on track, you know, just stay on track. Because even if you got a lot less, you know, even if the car behind you's got fresher tires, it's really hard to overtake. So believe me, the race is not over for him, as Pogyu takes another time penalty. So come on, Lucas Aid. I know you're praying for a safety car now, buddy. If a safety car comes out, that can bring Lucas Aid up to GP1. If that happens, I'm gonna lose my mind. Ooh. Oh my god, almost losing the car there. Come on, Pogyu. Really unsteady here on track. Wait, did I say Pogyu? I think his name is actually Pog. His name is actually John, but his gamer tag is actually Pog, and he goes by Pogyu. Right behind him is Lucasade and the Spares. And an interesting fact here. Oh, almost losing the car there. An interesting fact, we have basing of last year, we have 2 F1 guys and 3 F2 guys actually. Gorilla is closing in on the Spares actually. It's been a fairly enjoyable Grand Prix. I'm not gonna lie, the first laps were pretty interesting. A lot of battles, a lot of things going on at the same time, but there's always that time in a Grand Prix when the gaps are pretty big and there's not much action. So that's when I come in and try to bring you as much information as I can. I really hope the Grand Prix is not that boring. Being honest with you. The good thing about having a wheel actually is that you can really you can correct your car. You know, if you make a mistake, you can. It's a lot easier to correct your car and put it back on track. You know, as when you have oh god, Pogi completely cut in that corner. As when you have controller, it's a lot harder. And I mean, I cannot really ask too much from these guys because, yeah, of course, a 5 car race. You cannot, just like in F1 in real life, you cannot ask every race to be like Germany. I cannot ask every race to be like Britain in the last round. So, yeah, Gorilla is really closing in on the spares. And that's pure pace here. Pure pace because... Hold on. Yeah, anyways. Gorilla is with a 1 lap fresher tires compared to the spares, but the thing is, does the spares got any wing damage? Because his performance is... yeah, I don't know. Gorilla just took out of him a lot. That's what I can say. And by the way, one thing that we have here, I can take a look at the last laps. So as you can see, Gorilla before his last lap was a 1:43.6. The spares though, his last lap was a 1:45.2, which means Gorilla is closing in by 2 seconds a lap. I have no idea why. Don't even ask me. And Bradford is on a similar pace to the race leader Pogu. Both of them on a 42, and Pogu is a 1:42.1. Bradford on a 1:42.3. As the spares takes a time penalty. He's now got 6 seconds worth of penalties. He's gonna go back to the pits. And yeah, I forgot that he needs to pit once again. And he was caught speeding on a pit lane, which means he's gonna get 9 seconds worth of penalties. No, he's not, because he's gonna he went to the pits. It was a 5 seconds stop go penalty, so not a stop go actually. He served his penalty on the pits. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Anyways, oh my god, look at how close he went to the wall there. We're halfway through the race. And Pogu's got a time penalty. Wow. I mean, he needs to pray that the safety car doesn't come out. But I mean, let's be honest here. We had 2 DNFs and the safety car didn't come out. So I believe he's safe for the moment, because yeah, this game is really weird. I'm not gonna lie. One time the safety car comes out for a DNF, and the other time here on the streets of Singapore, a car crashes in a dangerous place and there's no safety car. This game is weird. Hold on. Yeah, let's focus here on track. Apologies for that. Lucas did. He's got himself his first time penalty though. Um, Gorilla is what the hell? Yeah, Lucas he went into the pits. I'm sorry about that. I had to look at one thing here. Apologies. A yellow flag, and where's that? No idea. Bradford is gonna take the fastest lap though. If it continues like this. Lucas Aid. Is he gonna catch Gorilla? Can Gorilla go to the end with these tires? We'll never know. The track is cooling down. It's 28 degrees on track now at the moment. And out of all these people, Bradford, he was the one that gained the most places because yeah, basically everyone, you know, Poggio, Gorilla, Lucasade, they started in these positions, so you'll probably say like this. And Bradford takes the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. He's really closing in to Lucasade, and let's see what he can do in the next few laps because he's going really, really fast. When I say fast, I mean fast. It's a 141.5. Oh wow. And the interval between Poggio and Gorilla is 55 seconds. I mean, that's just ridiculous. The spare is going to the pits one more time, serving another penalty. And speaking of penalties, Poggio's got himself another penalty. That's a really interesting strategy by the Spares. Going to the pits one more time, trying to serve as many penalties as he can. Because if a safety car comes out, which I don't think it will, but it can happen. You never know. If the safety car comes out, he can benefit from it. Lucas Aid now, he's gonna be under pressure from Bradford. The best lap. No, the last lap. Let's see. Oh, and Bradford's got himself another penalty. The last lap of Bradford was a 141.5. Now a 142.4. This last lap was of Lucas Aid. It was a 143.7, which means, if you're good at math, means Bradford is kind of going 1 second faster a lap, and Lucas Aid goes wide in that corner. That's gonna give Bradford a lot of encouragement here on the big straight. He'll probably not go for it. No dive bombs allowed here. Oh my god, he goes really wide, losing his car there, but keeping it on the track, most importantly. Look, he doesn't really need to hold him, but it will be pretty good for him because Bradford's got 12 seconds worth of penalties. Meanwhile, Lucas Aid, he's got 3 seconds of penalties, and Lucas Aid goes wide there. Fortunately, he didn't touch the walls or something like that. Falling really close. Oh my god, what was that? Okay, what was that? He was really following him and kind of follow him too closely. Should I keep it like that? Because they're doing pretty well to hold him. Doing pretty well. Now it's his opportunity. He needs to stay as close as possible to Lucas Aid, and then maybe try to go for something on a big straight, and that's what Bradford wants. That's exactly what he wants. Because they not really on the best line. He's not gonna go on the inside. He's gonna just wait for the main straight. But he's too far. He's not that close. And, I mean, not even talking about the fact that Lucas-Aid's got a 6-lap fresher tires compared to Bradford, which means it's not gonna be easy. Oh, going wide through there. These two really going at it. 12 seconds of penalties. I mean, I don't think that's gonna be a good result for Bradford. If he gets a good place here, finishes at least on a podium, that'll be a really good recovery. Not gonna lie, he needs to hope that any of these guys ahead of him crash or something like that. And just a reminder for everyone, Gorilla, he'll probably have to pit again. Yeah, he'll probably need to pit again. Don't think he's gonna carry on to the end of the race. 16 lap old tires. Now right on his tail with the toe. I see he wants to go down the inside, but not really. Not really. Lucas-Aid is really closing in the gap. If things stay like this, you know, if the pace of things stay like this, Gorilla, Gorilla will probably take P2. He'll probably take P2. If he can hold off Lucas-Aid, Bradford doesn't really need to because Bradford's got a lot of penalties. If he can hold on, if he can hold Lucas-Aid, he can get that P2, and that would be pretty good for him. I'm pretty sure. The longer that this thing goes, the better it is for Lucas-Aid, because Bradford's tires are really just dying. The more that this Grand Prix goes, the longer that this Grand Prix goes. Here with the Renault of 2006. Oh, what the hell happened? Lucas-Aid completely lost his car, completely lost the traction off the car, and oh dear, completely lost his car, and that's gonna cost him P3. Oh lord. Yeah, that's unfortunate because he was doing pretty good. He was doing pretty good, but the problem is, in one corner, if you lose it in one corner, it's your whole race over, you know? That's the problem. He needs to close in the gap of 18 seconds. Believe me, it's not gonna be easy. Bradford, I mean, that was just a gift for him. Lucas-Aid, if he finishes, he's now in P4. He needs to finish within 9 seconds of Bradford. Yeah, safety car would change everything here. Believe me. And Bradford say, oh god, he took another time penalty. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, 15 seconds of penalties, just like Pogu. Gorilla, he doesn't need to go to the pits. And as I say that, what the hell? As I say that, both of them go to the pits. And both of them get 5 seconds worth of penalties. Oh God. Why? Both of them doing a 2-stop strategy here. And both of them entering the pits a little bit too fast. So, yeah. That's gonna bring Lucasade up into P2. And Gorilla still P3. Oh my God. On the pits, anything can happen. Oh my God, almost losing the car there. Please, Gorilla. Keep it on track, mate. Oh wow. Oh wow. Pogu went to the pits. Leading the Grand Prix, I can say really comfortably. Let's go here. In this beautiful camera angle. That didn't last long. A yellow flag. That's the spares losing the car here on the last sector. And yeah, he kept it on the track. Kept it on the track. Oh no. He's really struggling to keep it on the track, actually. Spinning a lot. Is that gonna bring the safety car? No, it's not. I mean, he could be pretty smart and just, you know, just keep his car there. Try to bring out the safety car, but that would be really cheeky from him. Yeah. 9 laps to go. Bradford. He needs. He actually doesn't need to overtake Gorilla. He needs to get away from Lucasade, because Lucasade. He might be in P4 for you, but he's actually in P3. It would be really nice to see a Pogu, Gorilla, and Lucasade on the podium. But the problem is, can I see a Bradford on podium? It's been a really tough race for him. Gorilla, oh, of course, that's not what you want to have when you're ahead of Bradford. Get a penalty because Gorilla is kind of guaranteeing his P2 because of penalties. All he needs to do is keep it on a track and sorry, and keep it inside the track limits. Pogu's got himself a 3-second penalty now. That's 18 seconds worth of penalties. So yeah, not everything is over. As you can see, oh god, the spares is 1 minute behind the 4th place. Yeah, not the best of races for him. Yeah, the question is now, Bradford and Gorilla. This battle will unfold in a couple of seconds, and as we saw before, Bradford, he was really struggling to overtake. Lucasade, will he struggle to overtake Gorilla though? As he takes the fastest lap, but that's not really gonna change anything, will it? Because I mean, no points are awarded to the guy who's got the fastest lap of the race. Gorilla. I mean that I don't care what anybody says. That's Bradford's best opportunity to get the P2 of a Gorilla. He's right on his tail, trying to get the toe, but Singapore, man, not really easy to overtake the car ahead of him. Oh god, almost touching the back of him, almost hitting Gorilla. And I mean, this track, unless the guy ahead of you makes a big mistake, it's not really easy to overtake somebody here. Pretty hard. And Gorilla, oh, he might be sweating. He might be sweating. Oh god, he must be sweating now. And Gorilla, even when you make a mistake, It's not easy to overtake, as you can see. Uh, every corner on this track, every corner. When I say every corner, I mean it. Every corner is a big opportunity for you to smash your car on the walls. As Pogyu is gonna take the fastest lap once again, rob it from Bradford. Come on, come on. I said before that was Bradford's best opportunity. I take that back because now that's gonna be his best opportunity of taking that P2 of him. Thinks about it, but only think about it though. Looking at this car, as you can see how different the tires were from the tires today. You can see these little stripes on the tire. Really different. Looks like a wet tire nowadays. Really interesting. And Gorilla, one thing that I'm gonna give him, this guy knows how to defend. You know, don't care how fast you are, he knows where to place his car, especially here in Singapore. Oh no! Almost lost his car there, but oh no. Everybody at this point, everybody's got penalties. But the thing is, what the hell? Nah, don't tell me. Please don't tell me. Please don't tell me. Please don't tell me. Okay. Fortunately, I didn't get disconnected. And I'm sick and tired of talking about disconnections because a yellow flag has been waved, and that's the spares spinning once again on the same place we spun before. So, is that gonna bring the safety car? No, that's not. Yeah. The safety car will change a lot of things here. I can tell you that. No one is safe anymore. And yeah, Poggio is up on his time. He'll probably get another fastest lap. And Bradford, the king of penalties, with 18 seconds worth of penalties. That means Lucas 8 is pretty comfortably ahead of him. Yeah. Bradford needs to be 15 seconds ahead of Lucas 8. Is that easy? No, it's not. Is that possible? Of course it is. I believe his pace. And both of them, Gorilla and Bradford, both of them's got fresher tires. This championship is gonna really shake up a little bit. Let me check one thing. Oh, Gorilla. Oh, Gorilla. Really going wide. These cars are really... Oh, and he goes wide. Will Bradford take advantage of it? Oh, no, he's not. Because it's impossible to overtake. You talk about Monaco, and Gorilla goes wide. And he... Oh, my God. He almost touched the walls. Yellow flag, where... That's Bradford on the same place once again, spinning his car. That can probably bring out the safety car. Would that bring the safety car out? Not bring the safety car out. Yeah, that was underwhelming. Gorilla, let's get back on the action. Gorilla under pressure from Bradford. Once again. Oh, looking to go around the outside, or maybe go for a switch. That's a really he's really close to him, but as you can see, Gorilla is running less downforce compared to Bradford, which means on the big straight. What the hell is Bradford? What the hell is the spares doing? He's not getting out of the way. He needs to get out of the way, bro. Yellow flags. Oh god. Oh god. Even if there's ghosting, you should get out of the way. You know, when you have a car or a ghost ahead of you, that can completely ruin your concentration, your vision. yeah, I mean blue flags stand for get the hell out of my way. And as you can see, the cameras are the same cameras that were used in real life. Oh god, Gorilla touching the walls. Is that gonna give him oh my god, Singapore drift. That's gonna bring Bradford up into P2. That was Gorilla making a big mistake, but I'm not gonna lie, that drift was absolutely gorgeous. So that's gonna bring Gorilla down to P3. I think he's comfortable. Yeah, he's really comfortable. He'll probably get the P2 unless the safety car comes out. If a safety car comes out, he's gonna get P1, believe me. I think a podium, if Gorilla keeps here on the track and don't do a Singapore drift once again, he can probably get that P2. At least a podium is guaranteed. That if he keeps on the track. Yeah, the gaps now are kind of building up. And the question is, does he get any wing damage or something like that? I can't really see because, yeah, I don't really know. Doesn't really show for me. Can't really see. Pogu's got a time penalty, but that's not gonna factor into anything, will it? Bradford, he's just made up 5 places. Think about that. Even though he's gonna lose 1 place, it was a pretty good performance by him. Pogu leading by 34 seconds. That's ridiculous. Just saying. Yellow flag. That's his pairs. Yep. At the same place. At the same turn. He's really struggling to go through there. Wonder why though. Yeah, as we can see when we go on board with him, he's not really... Nah, it looks like he's really solid on track, but... I'm gonna go on board with him when he crosses that... When he goes to the last sector of the Grand Prix, I'm gonna go on board with him. See what's going on with him. Pogu and Bradford really on a similar pace. Both of them on the 140.6. Both of them on a similar pace. Gorilla is 142. I mean, he's under no pressure. I think he's just keeping it clean, just keeping it there. You know, just enjoying his P2 that he'll probably get. Look at Zayd though. Look at Zayd, he's on a 143. Not that much off pace though. But the spares a little bit. Let's see how he takes this. Yep. He goes really slow through there. I don't know what happens. He goes super slow. Like super slow. That's a 144. And the spares getting another second of penalty. Oh god, what the hell happened? The spares going straight into the walls. That's another crash. That's another penalty for him. And that's probably him out of the Grand Prix. No, it's not. He's really struggling to just keep it on the track. Will that bring out the safety car though? Would that bring this? If that brings a safety car, I'm gonna lose my head. If that brings a safety car, I'm gonna lose my head. Yep, not gonna lose my mind as Gorilla takes the... Oh, it takes a time penalty. And Gorilla and Pogu the fastest lap though. Once again, I'm kind of tired of saying the same thing. Interesting to see. With 2 laps to go, the Spares retire from the session. Would that bring the safety car though? Can I bring the safety car? Bring it. Please bring it. Bring the safety car. Bring the safety car. For Christ's sake. Bring the safety car. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna bring the safety car. I don't think it will. Yep, it didn't. So Pogu, he can celebrate because he's gonna take P1 if he keeps it on track. Don't like to call things before it happens because of this! Pogu with 2 laps to go retired from the session. He lost his car, completely smashed the walls, and that is gonna put Gorilla up into P1 because Bradford's got a lot of penalties. With 2 laps to go, Pogu retires from the session, and that completely changes everything on the race. Oh my god. Oh my god, and that's a dangerous location to be. Oh god. Oh god, Gorilla, what the hell? Gorilla. What the hell is going on here? 3 guys are gonna finish the Grand Prix. We're gonna get to the point where there's gonna be like a 2-car podium. And if you DNF, your points don't count, just saying. Lucas is gonna be P3. Oh god. And Gorilla, I mean, even though Bradford's just flying. No, he's flying. It's the fastest lap, okay? He's got 18 seconds worth of penalties. Now, this is his time. He's got 18 seconds worth of penalties. Gorilla has got 6, just like Lucas, you know? And, the thing is, what a great finish, by the way. That means 12 seconds. Bradford needs to make up, if I can like do maths. 5 seconds he needs to, in 5 seconds in only 1 lap, and can he do it? Oh god. Oh god. We on to the final lap. Can Bradford take P1? I don't think so, but anything is possible. Gorilla might get P1. Oh my god, what an ending. What an ending with 2 laps to go. Pogu crashes his car and loses a big, what's going to be a big win. What a gigantic lead. Oh my god. Bradford. He's gonna cross, no, he's gonna go here now to the last couple of corners of this Grand Prix. I don't think the gaps are big enough. From last place now to provisional P1, crosses the line and takes a 5-second time penalty. Gorilla is now gonna cross the line and take the win of the Singapore Grand Prix. What a drive, what a win for himself. Starting P2 up into P1. Great Grand Prix for him. Lucas with no front wing, finishing in style with the fireworks on the sky. He's gonna take his podium, and that's a great result for 3 of these guys. What a great Grand Prix. You know, the start of Grand Prix and the finish were pretty interesting, I can say that. And that's Gorilla up into P1. That's his first win of the season. And whoa. Three Renaults, three Renault, three Renaults on the podium. I am. Whew, I'm out of words. What an ending! Like I said on the beginning of the race, anything can happen here. As you saw the podium celebrations. Let me invite the guys. So that's basically it. That's Gorilla finishing P1, Redford taking P2, and Lucasade getting a P3. Oh wow. So let's go with the race winner. Let's go with Gorilla. So you started P2. You you got yourself in a lot of trouble, as I saw, and you had to pit earlier than everyone. You had some battles. I don't really remember your race, but in the end, Paul Gill crashed his car with 2 laps to go. With Brad for having a lot of penalties and you having less, that basically put you into P1. So tell us about your win.
What? Sorry, I had to
He
take
done
my
me. He
mic out.
done me from Monza.
No, I had to take my mic out. But yeah, I wasn't
Oh wait,
expecting the win.
did you hear my did you hear my audio?
Yeah, I heard your
Yeah, yeah.
audio. I just didn't know, like the last like 10 seconds, I didn't really hear anything, but
Oh
I
my
can probably
god,
assume.
you just you just scared the hell out of me because I thought the whole stream, my audio was not
No, no,
included.
no. It's
So
just my mic is messing up
yeah,
once again.
yeah, okay, so yeah, yeah.
Yeah, started obviously P2. Got a decent-ish start. I know just spares jumped it by a mile. Um, and then Luke kind of got me going into turn 3, but I kind of like held him off, and I was leading, and then we was side by side, going through the little kink, and then Luke didn't really do anything wrong. I just kind of took a wider line and unfortunately put myself into the barrier. But obviously then I had to pit, and then yeah, just kind of put my foot down. I don't know what was wrong with the spares for like for the first like 10, 15 laps. He was going pretty slow because I was catching him up by like a second a lap. I'm not sure
Yeah,
if
he was
that's
not
just.
comfortable through the last sector of the Grand Prix.
I thought so. But yeah, got him. And then I believe Bonge and Brad had a little coming together. Then Brad had to pit. But I knew I had to pit again. I didn't know if Brad. Sorry, I got a hiccups. Um, and then yeah, just I had to pit again because my tires weren't gonna last the distance. They probably would have if I looked after them a little bit better, but I wasn't gonna risk it. So me and Brad pitted at the same time, and Luke got past us, and then Luke kind of made a couple of mistakes himself. And then yeah, obviously, man like Pog decided to die on the second to last lap. Uh, yeah, but Brad obviously having too many penalties cost him this win. But I'm very happy to get my first win in the classic car championship kind of thing. It's very nice to be back on the top step because obviously with the F1 division I'm nowhere near it, so it's nice to be on the top step in VVR again. Yeah.
Yeah, that's 10 points for you and your first win of the season. I'm gonna go now with Bradford P2. Actually, you finished P1, but you got P2 because you got yourself 23 seconds worth of penalties. Um, and I'm gonna ask you about that if you had any trouble with this track, and I'm gonna ask you as well about you made a collision with I believe it was Sergeant Milk. I
Mhm.
don't really remember who it was.
It was him.
So
Yes, it
yeah,
was.
Yes, and I don't know what happened in qualifying. That I saw here you were going fastest, the first and the second sector, and then you retired. I have no idea what happened. So tell us about this messy race for you.
Well, we'll start off with qualifying, as that was the first messy start of the weekend. I pretty much Daniel Ricciardo'd it. I literally just broke late, missed the actual turn in, and I just went straight on, and my front left came off. So, yeah, that was the messy start. Put me back of the grid, which I didn't really want, is I wanted at least a front row. Um, then the race got on. I wouldn't say I struggled with the race. It was I couldn't pass anyone, and then when I did, I pretty much made a mistake. Like I passed Sergeant Milk, ran wide. Then I tried to turn for the corner, and he just kind of like missed his braking in a sense, as he was so narrow going into the corner. And then we both decided to spin. He just apologised for that by message on Discord. But then we carried on. I got to the back of Bonge, but he crashed and his car didn't go quick enough, which I went into. He apologised straight after for that. Um, Went into pit. Uh, then I just carried on. Couldn't pass Luke. Well, Lucasade. It just I didn't know what happened at that point. It just couldn't pass anyone. Um, and then he made that little spin. Um, then got to the back of Gorilla. I had about 18 seconds. And then I actually can't remember how I passed him. I think he made a mistake. And I
Yeah, he
just.
made like an amazing drift. That was like the highlight of the race. But anyways,
I
Yeah, and
think
then I just breezed past him, and then nothing happened. And then I got a warning for nearing disqualification. So I thought I'm gonna have to be a good boy from now on. And then I thought, alright, even though there's no point for fastest lap, I'm gonna try and go for it. And while going through that, me and John were having like that time trial battle on track. And I have no clue what happened. All I heard is fuck, and then Poggy retired from session. I was like, wait, what? He's bottled up the final lap. Well, not the final lap, but lap 30. So I thought, well, that's his mistake. And I thought, wait, Gorilla's won because I have too many penalties to actually pull out in a lap. And I'm pretty sure Lucasade was a bit far back at that point, so he was the only contender for the win. I just thought go for fastest lap, which I got, which I think would have been pole for qualifying. In the end, I'll take P2 from P7.
yeah, it was actually a pretty good result by itself. Starting P7 here on the streets of Singapore, it's not easy to overtake, as I saw. And I'm gonna go here now with Lucas Aid. And it was a pretty
mother.
impressive performance. It was like a pretty impressive performance by him. I mean, you started P3. Um, I don't remember if you were involved in any incidents during the race. I remember you holding off Bradford pretty well, but in the end, everybody crashed and you stayed on track. That just basically gave you P3. And yeah, tell us about your race.
No,
Uh,
he's
uh,
died from
are you
excitement
there?
from P3.
Yeah, I think he's like Carlos Sainz, right? On the podium, but not actually there. But yeah,
Well, actually,
anyways,
not
does
really.
anybody
You know.
know?
Oh, there he is.
Uh, oh, there he
That's
is.
it. Yeah, my race could have been better. I could have had at least P2, but due to my two little incidents with myself, yeah, it kind of cost me P2. But I'm happy with P3. Obviously, starting P3 in qualifying. So, but I had no incidents. So Brad didn't like hit me when I spun. Go into the second. I think it was like third to last corner. I think because of a little kink on the pit straight. Yeah, I just spun there. I had too much wheel spin, and then a lap after that, again, too much wheel spin, going over just before the bridge, and obviously I didn't want to ruin the other two behind me, Gorilla and obviously Bradford. So I stayed where I was, so I didn't really, take them out. So yeah, I'm still happy with P3. So other than that, it's all good.
Yeah, it was a pretty good performance, not only on track, but the fact that like everybody's got like 20 seconds of penalties, and you got yourself only six. It was a pretty good
Yeah, I had
performance.
6. Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna
I do
keep
want to clarify
Redford.
the two the two F2 drivers from last season were the only two that were within a second of Pogyu in qualifying, and that I'd call that an achievement.
Don't.
Yeah, I
I
think
like that you mentioned that
Gorilla
because
was
these
4
two
tenths, 3
guys,
or 4 tenths, and I was 8 tenths. And then Despairs was
yeah,
1.1 seconds behind Poggy.
It's just a shame we couldn't be quicker in the F2 cars, though.
yeah.
You're doing about 4 times that
This,
distance in the F2 cars,
this
going
is
about I
basically
think
this
3 or 4 seconds slower.
Yeah.
this basically shows why these two were champions last season.
Last week.
Um,
Wait,
F2.
last week. Let's go.
last week.
We'll say last
Yeah.
week because we'll say last week.
Yeah, let's put it last week.
But last week.
Does anybody remember what track's gonna be next?
Actually, I'll quickly check. I've got a
do have
screenshot
it.
I think it's the
saved.
McLaren. Well, I think it's the plan is also Monaco in this, but I don't think it's next race.
Next
yeah,
race.
2007 Ferrari at Australia.
Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo.
Ooh, ooh, Australia. Hate that track,
And
but
then-
yeah.
And then
Everyone
we've got
hates
Monaco
that
after that.
God.
I mean,
Well,
I don't hate the
that.
track. I hate
I'm
the
dead at
speed
Monaco.
corners, but anyways. So yeah, this was a race. It was pretty fun to commentate. The start was pretty amazing, and the start even more. We'll be back then in Australia. So till last week. Last week? Next week.
So much is